All right, we are back and we are in episode 4. We are in September. We passed the trade deadline. I'll show you what we've done, but we kind of had a little bit of a hot streak. Um, if I can go team stats. So in April we were 16-11, then we went 6-22 in May, and then 14-13 kind of like hovered around 500. And then in August we got kind of hot, and now in September we're 6-1. We are only 5 games out of a wild card spot, but we did sell at the deadline because we were like 15 games under, I want to say. And we did make a big move that I will show you. We were in September, in August, in July. Okay, we traded. Okay, let's start down here. We traded Nathan Lukes, who came off the IL, didn't have any room for him after a rehab assignment, to the Giants for 3 mid-level guys: Donovan Walton, Cooper Hummel, and Blake Sable. Hummel and Sable are both in AAA for me. Catcher, kind of outfield guys. Can play anywhere. Corner outfield, first base. I like Sable a little bit. Good base runner. Good work ethic. Luke's was just kind of a corner outfield. Could play some center. Didn't really do anything for me. And then we traded Walton. Turned around, traded Walton to the um, the Marlins for Mark Hanna and Jonah Bride. So Jonah Bride is now another catcher in our AAA. And then we traded Marcana and minor leaguer Linares and Carlson Reed and Jaden Woods, just a bunch of depth pieces, and Urbana. You can look at these guys, nothing crazy. Getting rid of some depth that we don't need. 23-year-old Jaden Woods could be something, but I doubt it. Um, just kind of a high risk. And we got Aaron Ashby, and the Brewers ended up covering 65% of his deal, not counting the team option. So we're only paying him, I want to say, like 20, not even 20 mil, probably like 15 million for the rest of his contract for 4 more seasons, and now he's out for 13 months. So he's going to be out half of next year. So it ended up not being a great trade. He got hurt after this trade about a month later. So unfortunate there. He was pitching pretty well. I mean, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts with us in 11 innings, but we'd like him as a lefty relief guy, maybe be a starter. So unfortunate there, but just traded some depth for him. Kana is a free agent after the year. He can go be with the team that's trying to compete, I guess. I don't think the Brewers are. Yeah, they're at the bottom of the division, so they just needed some depth apparently. And then we traded Holderman and Cole Mathis, one of our two-way guys, who we ended up just having as a second baseman. Um, and he goes to the Marlins, and we received AJ Puck, who is out for the rest of the year, but he has 1 more year. He's fragile, and he wants to be in the rotation, but I see him more as a reliever, like high leverage reliever. So I think just giving up Cole Mathis there is a little bit of a risk, and then Holderman, nothing really here, could be replaceable. Was decent with us, so it's definitely a high risk pick or high risk trade, but it is what it is. And now we can get to the big one. We traded. We already, I already told you this when we traded Taylor Rogers and a couple of other guys, Biggio, Chang, for Grant McRae, Malia Hayden Birdsong, and Matt Olson. And then we traded the big one. We traded Brian Reynolds to the Diamondbacks, along with Adensky. I know how to pronounce his name, but I forgot. I was just watching the Pirates Giants game. I forgot how to pronounce his name. Um, and then Harold Ramirez, minor league guy. Matthew Boyd, minor league guy. Barger, I like him, but also he could be a little replaceable. And in order to get what I wanted, we needed to make this trade with him in it. Jackson Wolf, another guy, 26 years old, just kind of an older starter. Definitely a AAA MLB guy. Malcolm Nunez, who I don't really like. The ratings like him a little bit. He's hitting 113 WRC plus in AAA. I mean, I feel like that's kind of his cap. He's like probably a 95 WRC plus guy in the majors, but we'll see. Elias Diaz, another AAA guy, catcher, and Wilkin Valdez, who is just a reliever in our system. But we got back Alec Thomas, who I like. I kind of like that trade in general. Brian Reynolds for Alec Thomas, straight up. But we worked for a little more. He's been with us. He has put up 1.4 WAR, pretty good. We haven't played him center field with with us. He's been fine. But in the off season, I'm gonna try to get his range up to 70 if we can. But good base runner. Hasn't really done that with us, but really like him. Um, he has a couple more years left, which is great. And just kind of, we ended up not eating any of Reynolds' contract. And we also got Christian Curda, who has been amazing with us so far. Look at his walk rate, 18%, 19% strikeout rate, great personality. Not the best catcher, but 90 potential eye. I mean, that is, we will work with that. He might be our catcher of the future. We have him and um, our other catcher, uh, Eddie Andy Rodriguez going every second day right now, and he's been really good for us. And then we got Yilber Diaz, who is in AAA right now. Pretty good, might be a reliever, which is fine. Really good fastball, curveball, and everything else doesn't really play that well, but he needs to get his control up. But just kind of a filling guy right there. And then Pablo Aldonis, starting pitcher, 23. Probably won't be anything, but nice to have him in A ball right now. And then Jorge Barosa, who is a 24-year-old center fielder, corner outfielder, good base runner, good eye, good avoid case. He's in Double A. High expectations for him to be kind of a fourth outfielder type. So we'll see. Switch hitter, really nice to have. And they gave us 500K. So not only did we not eat any of Brian Reynolds' contract, which is pretty team friendly, but he is 30 already. So I thought it was time to move on. You know, I do like the rule of keeping guys on the team when you inherit them, but we were in a bad way and saw this opportunity to make a move for a younger guy who's 5 years younger. He's been not that great with Arizona, playing corner outfield, so that's that trade. Um, Pretty much what the team looks like now. We ended up bringing up after that trade. We brought up Tamar Johnson, our number one prospect, and he has been pretty good. Overall, Jack Sawinski's had a crazy year. We have him in the corner outfield this year, and he's been amazing in right field. Um, Gold Glove caliber right fielder. Base running wise, he's been really good. 2.7 BSR. He's on pace for 6.1 WAR, and he's on pace for 32 home runs. And his walk rate is incredible. Got his strikeout rate down a percent, almost 1% down. So that's great. We have him hitting cleanup pretty much. He hit fifth a lot of the year. You can see uh, where we go. Batting third, yeah, batting fifth. He was batting fifth most of the year, but we just moved into the cleanup spot. As Hayes has been horrible, but Alec Thomas 3.1 WAR, Pereira pretty much corner outfield and DH. Hasn't had a lot of innings, but planning to get him more innings out there to get his ratings up. But he's been worth 2.7 WAR, pretty good base runner. 120 WRC plus, really nice. 31 home runs, just hitting in our two spot the whole year. Tamar Johnson came up. He has 295 plate appearances, walking a lot, striking out a good bit, but 376 OBP. His BABIP is up, but his contact rate went up too, so that's really cool. Um, he's been playing second for us. He hasn't been great there, so we may work on it in the off season. But he is on pace to be a really good player. O'Neal Cruz only hitting against righties now, because if you look at his splits, he's hitting 98 WRC plus against righties and then 48 against lefties. So we really need to make sure he's only hitting against left or righties. 88 WRC plus on the year. Good base runner. Um, okay fielder in left. Should be better, but it's okay. Not the best range, but a really good arm. Andy Rodriguez has been fine. Good framer. Not the best hitter. Kurt has been great. Kind of splits the difference when it comes to defense and hitting with him and Rodriguez. Henry Davis came back. We actually have him playing first base a lot and DHing, We might move him off of catcher next year if he continues to hit pretty well. So we'll see about that. Move him to maybe the right or something or left. I don't know. But we have Sawinski and Cruz. Um, Pagara has not played much since we brought him back up with the roster expansion. He was in AAA for a little bit. Duran. Okay, this is another trade we made. So we traded um, Gregory Soto, in June, who was a free agent at the end of the year. This is when we were really doing bad. And Dane Dunning back to Texas for Kamar Rocker, who has been incredible for us out of the pen. 42 innings, 2.8 FIP, really good. And also got Duran out of it as well, who's been, a decent hitter, hitting for some pop, 409 slug, but his defense at short is just not what we want. Foscue came over too, has not been doing well. 268 slug, but we're trying to get him more plate appearances. Um, but Duran, who's kind of just filling in at shortstop for the rest of the year, has been horrible. So he's just not our long-term guy there. He's more of a utility guy, but we're just trying to get him plate appearances. And then Malloy has been horrible. Trying to figure out, just trying to get him down in the lineup, see if he can change his approach. And then Hayes has been god awful, 63 WRC plus. Decent fielder, but not what he should be. So just an off year from him. And then pitching wise, we've had some really good performers uh, in our rotation and our bullpen. Did my game just crash? Come on. Okay. So pitching. Yeah, Paul Skeen's having a great year. 330 FIP. Strikeouts are not there like I want it to be. 7.8 Ks per 9, 22% pretty much. This is like average, I think. A little less than average with the walks, I want to say. Home run rate is down. If we can just get a little more stuff in the offseason, that'd be amazing. Jared Jones has been on a good roll recently. 3.3 F4, 3.5 FIP, 145 innings, a lot of Ks. Everything else looks pretty good peripheral wise, and then Bednar has been really good. Ended up not trading him because I kind of want to see if we can get a good team while he is here, at least next year. And then Wilmer Flores came up, and he's been pretty good for us. 4.4 FIP, 1.4 F4, and Mitch Keller has better peripherals than his ERA, 4.5 to 5.4. His home run rate is just up, so I have him pitching around a little more. And then Pepio, 4.3 FIP, nothing crazy, but his home run rate is up. So I'm actually gonna move this now, get his pitch around up so we avoid some home runs. Probably walk a little more, but it's okay. Moreta has been good, ERA wise and peripherally, pretty awesome there. Um, and then Kumar Rocker's been great. Frasto, our Rule 5 pick, has been under 4 FIP and ERA all year. Really nice. Mason Miller has struggled. Um, 10.9 Ks per 9, but his home run rate is up. I think I'm going to move his pitch around up a little bit just to avoid some home runs, maybe. I don't know if that's how it works. But then Eric Miller came up. Pretty good stuff here. If you can get his control down a little bit, that'd be nice. And Solometo, one of our top prospects, has been a lefty reliever for us, and he has been good peripherally. Strikeouts need to go up a little bit, but I don't think he's that type of pitcher. His stuff is not great, so we'll see how he does. And Contreras has just been like a filler. He struggled in the rotation as a reliever. He's 48 innings, 5 FIP. He hasn't been good, so trying to see what we're going to do with him. But yeah. And then top prospect wise, we have Hagen Smith, 29th overall. Now in Double A, he dominated at High A, dominated at A ball, dominated at High A, and now he's in Double A, trying to make his way to the roster next year. So pretty cool stuff there. Harsh ended up being out for 3+ months with forearm inflammation. Top 40 prospect in the majors. Took him in the second round this year. Only threw 3 innings for us, but now he's going to be out for the rest of, I guess, for a couple more days. But he was out for 3 months. Solometo, Bubba Chandler has been decent in AAA. Don't really like the ratings that much. Okay, Sonny cut our 10th overall pick this last draft is not hitting well in A ball, but good base runner, good defense. Um, and Yelber Diaz, who we got in the Diamondbacks trade, and then yeah, Tristan, who we got in the international free agent signing. This is where we are. Can look at the other teams real quick. We got the Orioles in first, Yankees in second, Guardians, Tigers are having a decent year at 500. Rangers, like the AL West, is struggling. Mariners are struggling. Braves are in first. Mets are fighting back a little bit. Cubs are in first by a lot. Reds are still over 500. They're in a playoff spot. We're 5 games out. Dodgers, Rockies, D-backs over 500. Giants and Padres at the bottom of the West. But yeah, look at Paul Skeens, top 3 in ERA in the NL. Nothing else for us. Michael Harris is incredible. Um, Francisco Alvarez has been nuts with the Mets, 6.64. Tovar, Ellie De La Cruz, Jackson Holliday, Wyatt Langford, Jason Dominguez, the young guys came up. They're hitting really well. Osman, Valdez, Google, and then Snell with the Cubs now, Nola and Harrison with the Giants, all having great years. So yeah, that's where we sit. Don't think any major trades happened. Uh, no one really traded any of their great players, so nothing there. But yeah, it's I'll probably be back at the end of the year, and we'll see how we did in this last stretch because we are 4 games off of 500. Maybe we can make a run for this. I don't know with the young guys. That seems like a long shot, but you never know. We can look at our schedule real quick. Team schedule. So we're playing the D-backs for 1 game, Dodgers, who will be tough, Giants, Marlins. Marlins are going to be easy. We play the Giants a bunch right here. So these are must-win games, and then we play the above 500 Reds, and then the Phillies, who are 62 and 81. Wow, okay, I did not expect that. So pretty much the Reds and the Dodgers are the only um, tough series we have now. I don't think. Oh, the Marlins are above 500 too, 74 and 68. So Dodgers, Marlins, Reds, main series. We got to beat the other teams for sure. But I'll be back at the end of the year, see how we did. All right, we are back, and it was the end of the season. We made a nice little run at the end, but we ended up 2 games under 500. Good look at the standings. The Diamondbacks with Brian Reynolds won the World Series. They went 83 and 79, won the World Series, beat the Orioles. Pretty impressive stuff. Did not expect that. Let's see. Jordan Lawler won MVP. They beat the Braves, Corbin Carroll MVP, in the League Championship Series. They also beat the Cubs, who had 97 wins. Christian Walker had a great series. Yeah, pretty cool. Happy for Brian Reynolds. Happy for Harold Ramirez, I guess, who got 3 at bats with the Diamondbacks. Gets a ring. Brian Reynolds, 427 slug. Ended up not doing too hot, it looks like, but yeah. He actually was better in the World Series. 19 at bats, 526 slug. That works, I guess. About like a 780 OPS. But the Orioles lost. Pretty much the team that we expect them to have at that point, which is cool. Dylan Tate, interesting. Fulmer, Corbin Burns, pretty cool. Signed an extension with the Orioles, very nice. But yeah, we did pretty well. We have a new budget. Not sure if that went up or down. We did well according to our owner goals with the record. I can see an improvement on base percentage, not top 6 though. You wanted me to find the MVP award winner. I mean, that's just not gonna. You want like, we had McCutcheon. Does that work? But Appreciate your work so far. Attendance. We need more. Fans have turned off to this team. No, I don't. I don't think they've really. Have they turned off to this team? Let's see. Like more so than before. Yeah, I mean, I feel like fan interest is up a little bit, but overall, don't really care about the. Don't really care about that. Personnel leaving. Our assistant GM is leaving. Our AAA pitching coach and hitting coach. Double A hitting coach and pitching coach. Development facilities are open, so we'll do that right now. Top 100 lists were made. We are. Why can't I can't ever find the Pirates on here? Okay, we're 14th. We have Harsh, Hagen Smith, Solomeadow, and Bubba Chandler. Alrighty. So looks like Tamar Johnson Skeens graduated, which makes sense. Preller's out of a job in San Diego. Development facilities are open. Let's hit that real quick. See what's going on here. So we have 10 spots. Look at the 40-man first. Tamar Johnson. What do we want? Do we want contact, quality of contact, or defense? Quality of contact is hard. We can try to improve his defense, I guess. I just don't think his defense is that important. If we could just be like a 60, he had a negative 3.8, but I don't think that's going to get worse. So let's do quality of contact. And then schemes, do we need anything? I feel like we just kind of leave him for now. Young guys, para, can do. I say we either do I or generate bat speed. As avoid K is pretty much tapped out. I or generate bat speed. Let's see. So, two strike approach, no. Generate bat speed or plate discipline. Plate discipline's probably better because this last year he had a 6 walk rate and we just need him to get that up to like 8. 8 to 9. Let's do that. Plate discipline. O'Neill Cruz needs a lot of stuff. Not sure if we even waste our time on this. But let's get back to him. Doty has some potential. I feel like we could just let's see. Kurta has some potential for sure. What if we get him to be better behind the dish? Because I really like him as a hitter. He could just keep this profile. Even if he doesn't get this power, I'll take it for now. All right, let's do get better at defense. See if he has any potential there. Jared Jones, some movement maybe. Malloy definitely needs a better everything except I. Quality of contact, 2 strike approach. Bat path. I mean, his bat path is fine. I think it's just he needs a better 2 strike approach. Let's do that. All right, 2 strike approach there. Mason Miller. I mean, we could try to get him. Get some stamina. It was a endurance training, very hard. Let's do it. Screw it. It's worth it if he really locks in and gets it done. Alec Thomas, let's do defense for him. Center field, 5 to 6 weeks, cool. Grant McCray, can we have him in there if he's injured? No, we can't. All right, let's go back up real quick. Swinski's pretty much maxed out. Cruz is maxed out, but I feel like we should really give him. His BABIP was 296, so I want to say he's probably hitting the ball hard. It's just making contact. So 2 strike approach. Let's do that. We gotta try it. Foscue has some potential generate bat speed maybe. Let's do that for now. And we have 2 spots left. Probably want to do one more 5 to 6 weeks. 5 6 weeks. No. Henry Davis. Get his eye up there, maybe. I mean, sure. Get his eye going. Maybe he could be pretty good first baseman or corner outfielder / catcher. And then let's look at a prospect real quick. Okay, Hagen Smith. What do we want to do with him? Do we want to avoid messing with him, or do we want to like really go after it and try to get him to be a stud? Um, Increase pitch movement, get his movement up. Probably something easy. Improve control. It's medium. I mean, does he need control? Give up a lot of home runs. So let's do control. Let's see what goes on here. So we have one, two 5 to week guys. That'll work. And then the rest are months, 3 to 4 months. And let's check out anything else. Salary arm. So Contreras. They don't want us to bring back Alcala. So ARB is 1.8. Mason Miller 1.3. Let's do Mason Miller first. No promise roll. Don't really have any money right now. I think that's going to get better though. So 5.1. Let's go 5.2. Make sure he's happy. Starting lineup. That works for me. Sawinski. Olivares. I think we just withdraw for now. We look for a trade. Alec Thomas. I want to try to extend him, but we don't have any money right now, so we gotta wait on that one until during the year. Let's go. Does this work? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Brian De La Cruz. We'll withdraw him for now, and I'll come back to all these. Bringing back Cruz. First year ARB. Sure. AJ Puck. 5.4. I mean, I don't think he's gonna take this. If he doesn't take this while he's injured, that's how he takes it. All right, cool. So he actually had a setback, and he's gonna be out 4 to 5 months. So unfortunate there. Maybe we can. I don't think we can get him into the development lab before then, but we'll see. Bednar wants 11.9. Jeez, wow, he wants a lot. All right, let's do this. Okay, he takes that. And then Pepio 1.8. Don't want to give you an extension, buddy. Just not going to happen right now. If you look at Pepio, during the year he had a .9 WAR, 1.9 R WAR, but his home run rate just went up a little bit. Fastball, changeup, cutter. Probably needs another pitch, so we'll look at doing that maybe later on if we can. Maybe I'll take someone out and do that, but he needs another pitch for sure. He can't rock with that. He's a reliever if he keeps that up. Moretta, we do like him. 1.3. Let's do this. No. 1.38. Sure. And then Duran. Yeah, I mean he was good. We could always trade him too, so it's not like we're bound by this contract really. Let's do 0.1. Cool. And then free agent wise, Alcantara, Aldred, Celestino, no, Gao. I'll look at these guys later, but I don't know if there's anybody. Acuna for sure. Connor Scott, yeah. Jigba, yep. Yeen, yep. Selby, he had a good year. Can't offer him a minor league deal, but I can put him on the 40 man, but we don't have room. All right, so let me look at this real quick. So right now we have Hagen Smith control, generate bat speed. I feel like we don't really have any more room. But you know what I could do? I could take off one of the 5 to 6 weeks and then just have them work on that later. So let's do that. So we'll do Pepio, and we'll just have one 5 to 6 weeks guy, which is unfortunate, but we're just trying to get our guys better. Waiver wire, we have a bunch of guys on the waiver wire. This guy who we traded for, I don't know why they're doing this. Not gonna claim him. Reggie Crawford, feel like we should claim him for sure. Is he up at all? No. Okay, let's do it. Claim him 24 years old. Roby. No. I feel like we should really look at batters. I try not to claim people who are like 23 or under. Billy Cook. Decent, but these are all fringe guys for sure. So, like, why are they DFAing him? I don't like the random DFAs. Okay, so we can look at international. We got some guys getting trained here, getting some good relationships there. But for now, I think that's going to do it. I'll get the personnel in place, and then we will be ready to go for free agency and everything. So I'll be back. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.